This is Port Credit, and it's the nicest place in the city. There's a certain energy that exists here that I've been hard-pressed to find anywhere else. It feels like a mix between a small maritime fishing village, a downtown city block, and a place retired folks visit to buy fancy jams and preserves. But it wasn't always like that. Back in the 1700s, a native tribe by the name of Ojibwe had taken control over the land, attracted to the nearby Credit River. After the War of 1812, a harbor was established, and the town had started to undergo their first economic boom. This prosperity was brought to a halt only 30 years later, when a great fire ravaged the city and halted construction of the Great Western Railway. Thanks to natural resources derived from the lake, Port Credit began to recover from this disaster. Large factories slowly began opening up in the harbor, revitalizing Port Credit's economy. The original factory made corn syrup and honey. In 1974, Port Credit finally became part of Mississauga and started transforming into what we see here today. Port Credit is now considered a heritage conservation district and is filled to the brim with family-owned stores, scenic parks, public events, festivals, and yachts. You won't find a Walmart within 10 miles of this place. It's the only place in the city that gets busier after the sun goes down. There's over 100 miles of scenic walkways and trails, all beautifully maintained by the local government. Port Credit is home to some of my favorite restaurants and secrets within the city, a few of which I'd like to share. First up is The Works. It's the perfect place to grab a casual bite to eat with some friends. The food is priced fairly, the portions are huge, and they have the best milkshakes in the city, and I really recommend the cherry one. Then there's El Jefe, tiny Mexican place that makes fresh guacamole right at your table. They have the best outdoor patio in the city. Then there's Snug Harbor. It's a fancy restaurant overlooking the harbor. They sell $16 salads and $9 slices of pie. But don't go there. Instead, take a walk all the way around the building and loop into the trails. It's an amazing view, and not a lot of people know it exists. If none of that floats your boat, there are a ton of bars, frozen yogurt places, and little parks that you can get lost in. There's really something for everybody. Where I live, all the shops are closed by 9, and you can't get anywhere without a quick drive on the highway. Port Credit is different. It has all the conveniences of a major city, but still retains the atmosphere of a small fishing village. All the way down to that red and white lighthouse.